We are live. Welcome to the Profit First Show. I'm your host, Jay Askew. I missed y'all, man. I'm not gonna lie. I missed y'all. This weekend was a very productive. I was about to say busy, but busy isn't being productive. All right. But it was a productive weekend. I worked overtime at my IT job. And let me tell you this. For those who have never worked in IT or don't know anybody who works in IT, depending on what company you're working for, it can vary, but the company that I worked for, they need their computers. You know what I'm saying? Like the work that was being done required computer replacements. So the work had to be done. And so this can, it can have you working from 9 a.m. all the way to like 4 a.m. And I was exhausted. But the most important thing, we didn't miss a day of uploading content. Y'all, we're still fed content. So let's go. Shout out to everybody who has been subscribed, who has been paying attention to the channel. We have so many valuable videos. I can't wait to get into even more informational videos with how you can create multiple streams of income while also talking about the economy, finances, and what's going on in the US of A. All right. Anyways, I wanted to make this quick live stream because well, I'm about to go to work. So it's not gonna be a full show, but we are gonna cover a topic. And then when I get off and clock off, we're gonna go ahead and go live again. So I wanted to give you all something because I didn't go live this weekend, but we still did upload clips. So today we're going to be covering a sort of touchy subject. I'm actually surprised that somebody is actually voicing this out because in my mind, I'm like, didn't you know? But I guess people don't. So, anyways, let's go ahead and bring up the topic. You all saw it first on the headline. A man's interview was stopped, specifically at Starbucks over a face tattoo. So let's get into it and see what he has to say and sharing his story.
So my interview for Starbucks was at 2 o'clock. It is now 2:03, and I'm back in the car. Starbucks has a corporate policy where you can't have face tattoos.
Are we surprised here? Are we surprised here? I mean, if you're facing customers in a company that you don't own, is that right or wrong? Let me know in the comment section down below. I think it's completely justifiable, but let's continue on.
Not even if I wore makeup.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
I asked them about that. I feel a little defeated.
So here's my thing. Why didn't he just show up with makeup on his face if he was willing to show up with makeup on his face if he got the job? I mean, don't get me wrong. Maybe they still could have fired him, but like before we even reacted to this clip, this is my first time watching it. I was watching other people voice their opinions about how they got a job with their face tats, and they were talking about how they covered it up with makeup because so many people on the internet were wondering, how did you get a job? How did you get this job and you have a face tattoo? Like, did you get it after you got the job? Or do you cover it up with makeup? And most people cover it up with makeup. I don't understand. Why would you show up to a job interview with face tats unless you work at a tattoo parlor? Is that what they're called? Tattoo parlors? Anyways.
Be honest with you. It's been 5 months since I worked, and I've been going on interviews, and I have been applying to everything, and I was hopeful about this one because I thought Starbucks was like a cool company that really didn't mind about things like that. But it is what it is. So
yeah, they got to keep a company image. And this is one of the things that, I've been looking for more IT work. And one of the things that I'm noticing is a company that, I am interested in. They keep a very, very strict dress policy. They keep a very, very strict desk policy. And I'm like, I'm used to having, a half a gallon of water somewhere on the table. I'll have, if I eat lunch, I'll have, my lunch right there in a bag with a logo. They don't even want that on your desk. So when you work for somebody else's company, you got to be aware of these things. I'm not even customer facing in the IT work that I do, meaning the IT work that I do is internal. We only communicate with other employees, not customers. You know what I'm saying? We don't even go on video chat. So it's not like they'll see me. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes down to Starbucks, bro, and you got people coming in and it's like all over social media sometimes, yeah, they care about their image. This dude said he's been out of work for 5 months. That's not a short time. But then I question, what is your process with signing up for jobs? Are you showing your face tats? You're willing to wear makeup, but only after you get the job? You're playing yourself, man. Most people are going to turn you down just because of that. We got to be real. Is it right? Mm, that's a topic for another day. But if it's a company brand and they got to represent their brand under a certain light, brand is everything these days.
Just happened. I'm still feeling the kick in the dick from what just happened, but uh, you know, I'm going to get employed at the job that is right for me when the time is right. And, call it God, call it the universe, call it what you want. I believe that there's a loving, caring presence that guides me throughout my life. So even though on paper it appears like I needed to start working yesterday,
Mm.
you know, a long time ago, um, God, the universe has other plans. So
So here's my perspective on this. As most of you watch this show, every once in a while I'll talk about God because he is a part of my life. But at the same time, I look at how some people can just blame God about their situations. Now, I don't know what his reason is for having these face tats. I don't know what they stand for. Like, bro, let's be real. Let's be real, bro. This is a Mario mushroom, a one life up. Like I'm thinking to myself, maybe maybe he was incarcerated at a certain point and he had to join a gang. I don't know. I ain't never living that type of life. I've never lived it. I have no interest in living it. But a Mario mushroom stopped you from continuing your interview. Then this tat says, I'm art. What the hell, bro? Like these tattoos seem like some immature decisions. A UFO? Oh nah. And a superstar from bro. I rest my case. It- th- Thank God for being able to zoom in. You know what I'm saying? Because now I see you did this to yourself. Who told you to put that on your face? You know what I'm saying? You're not a coloring book, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not knocking tattoo. I got a tattoo. I got a tattoo. It's not visible. You know what I'm saying? It's right here on my chest. Some of y'all might have seen it in my previous videos, but yeah. Bruh, come on, man. We got to do better than that, bruh. Mario and a UFO, and I'm art. No wonder you're not getting jobs, man. You don't. And to say, yeah, God is, he's leading me down a different path of, it's not, I guess it's not for me. Sometimes you can ruin your own destiny by the choices you make. It's not the first time I said it on the show. I've said it plenty of times. Watch your thoughts because your thoughts become no, watch your thoughts because your thoughts become your words. Watch your words because your words become your actions. Watch your actions because your actions become your habits. Watch your habits because your habits become your character. Watch your character because your character determines your destiny. This is why I believe it's so important to watch the right things, right? Things that educate you and energize you, things that give you wisdom. Because I mean, I ain't no preacher, but even the word says that a wise man loves knowledge. Those that are wise love to learn. And so I'm thinking back and I'm like, yeah, we all make unwise decisions. But a tattoo is one of them things that's like, yeah, you can get them removed, but I don't know how easy it is to get them removed from your face. Like that that's a different type of decision, man.
I just need to keep my eyes and ears open and keep doing the same thing I've been doing. And the right employment will come. I have to believe that.
That is true, but you did make it harder for yourself to get an opportunity to get a simple job.
Because what's the alternative? Give up? I'm not going to give up.
I like that character. I just wanted to say this as well. This guy, keep in mind, this guy is complaining, or not even complaining. He's just like, I didn't get the job because they said that it's against their policy to have face tattoos, right? He's not saying the job market is terrible. He's not saying that, you know, that he's overqualified. But people who aren't in his situation, who can't figure out a way to justify why they didn't get a job, they'll easily say, "Oh, nobody's hiring." We watch videos like that all the time. And what do we say? If you click a button and scroll and you hit apply and scroll and hit apply and scroll and hit apply and scroll, what's separating you from the others? Just because you have a degree or you have a certain GPA or you have a resume that's built up and you think it's good doesn't mean that that company is going to even see it. Most of these companies are using AI to sift through it. True story. Last week, I was asking my supervisor what was one of the determining factors of hiring me for the IT role they hired me for a couple months ago or about a year ago. And she explained that when I went to the interview, it was definitely my character. I brought energy to the room. I had some experience, but I brought energy to the room. And that to me meant a lot because so many people come up nervous in an interview and they expect you to be nervous and everything, but when you come up with something called integrity, meaning that you know who you are and you have confidence in who you are, that's what it means to me. I'm like, there should be no reason why I'm nervous. I should be able to look people in the eye, tell them who I am, tell them what value I can bring, and we can work out a deal. But when we look at the bigger picture, she said that she had over 300 applications. They didn't get to read through all of them, and they needed to fill in the job quicker than they could run through 300 applications and interview a handful of those people. And I'm thinking to myself, let me do the math on that. One position, 300 applications. That's a 0.33%. I think I'm doing that right. A 0.33% of me getting hired. So, yeah, there's a lot of people applying to these jobs by hitting an application button, but what's making you stand out, right? What's making you stand out? Okay, my fault, y'all. It's a 0.003% of getting hired. Is that number. Don't let face tats be one of the reasons why you stand out. Bottom line, man.
Damn. I was in that interview less than 3 minutes. But I did get a cup of free coffee, so hey, there's a silver lining.
I like his positivity. I like his positivity. I'm glad that he didn't just try to shame Starbucks and, man, these people, they shouldn't care about how you look and stuff. He's accepting it. You know what I'm saying? He's not. The one thing I respect about this guy is that he's taking accountability. He's like, I'm going to keep looking. Something out there is for me. I got a free coffee out of it. You know how many people would have been complaining about it? You know how many people would have been like, well, they should accept me based off who I am. This is discrimination. No, this was a choice you made. And yeah, you stand out. And it's their company. Hey, I'm not running Starbucks. Don't look at me. I'm just saying, I know what it is. I know how important presentation is. And you do too. You wouldn't be buying iPhones if you're an iPhone owner if they didn't look appealing to the eye and also help you solve a problem. If it wasn't something that was mobile that you can fit in your pocket. Most humans make decisions off of their emotions. Branding matters. If you see somebody with a face tattoo, if you see somebody who's making your food and they don't look presentable, I'm not saying he looks dirty, but if he looked dirty, you wouldn't want to eat there. A face tat doesn't make anybody dirty, but it does degrade the brand image. It makes it look a little bit more ghetto. And that's exactly what comes to my mind. I'm like, yeah, I don't care as long as you make the food straight. You know what I'm saying? I know Starbucks is still Starbucks, but they don't want to diminish their brand. And even though they got a lot of controversy going on with the union, um, at least he's owning up to it. Anyways, let me know your thoughts on the comment section down below, what you think about this, and subscribe if you like the content. I will see you guys later this afternoon or this evening when I clock off. All right, I'm out. Peace.